Hey guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm still at Corrine's. Say hi, Corrine.
Hello.
Hijacked her iPad, and I'm just here to show you what I have done. So in the last video, you saw me doing this, and well, you didn't see a great deal. I had to cut off some of it, but so I've put this lace on there like that. Still working. I've done all the sewing as in on the machine, so I'm now up to do.
She broke my needle.
Yeah, I know. They've already heard that.
They haven't yet. They haven't got my video.
Oh, that's it. I was wondering where this bit was. I thought I'm looking for a needle. So here is what I have sewn on via the machine. I've done a little bit of sewing by hand here and here. So what I'm going to do is work on this today. I've done some stuff on the sleeves. I've got these sleeves that fold up like that, and we're umming and ahhing whether I have it down and cut this bit off or have it up. And I think it looks really good up, but it's on the inside, but it's going to be permanently up. So I've got that on that sleeve and the same on the other sleeve. So here's what I did. I think you saw a sneak peek in Corrine's video. You probably will see that before you watch this one. So it was pinned at that time. So now I've just sewn around it, I've stitched that, and I'm going to be doing some
top stitching.
What's it called? The thread?
Thread painting. Thread
painting, because I mean, look at them, they're just gorgeous. So probably a little bit less than that. I'd like to do a little bit more, and maybe some beads. And so I put something on here, which is on the button side. So I had to go, just sewed it on with two just straight stitch to hold it down. It's quite thready, but I like it. And I'm currently going like back through. I had to come back in with
camera?
A quick unpick. Yeah, I should be. Yeah, because it's quite, I've zoomed it up, yeah. I needed to zoom it up because it's quite a big shirt. So I went in there with the quick unpick, and I've done 3. I'm on my 4th one now. So what I did, I'll do one while I'm here. Oh, can I have my little thimble, the black? Yeah, that's it. Got my thimble. So,
because you covered the buttonholes, you've got to reopen.
Yeah, you've got to reopen them. So you just stitch it on, come in through the back, quick unpick, slit it. So I've got to come in through here and come in. This is what I was doing last night while Corrine was doing her video. I think. Was I doing this yesterday?
I don't know, I've lost track now.
Yeah, that's it. I said I'm doing buttonhole stitch on actual buttons. So we just do buttonhole stitch, and there we go. Oh, see, it's got a couple of little bits in here like that. So, yeah, so I just do a little bit of stitching in the background. I'll probably leave this because you've seen buttonhole stitch before. And we'll proceed to tell you about our day. What we did today was a really lovely day.
The rain's gone, so the sun was back.
Oh, it was so nice.
So we went to the river.
Yep, we went into Burrum because I hadn't been. They live just a little bit outside of Burrum, as you know, and so we went to their local town. Blink and you miss it. No, it's actually a really, really beautiful town. It reminded me when I went to England, where my brother went, and it's really nice. It's just, this has got Australian trees rather than English trees, but it's beautiful, beautiful part of Queensland.
Beautiful river, very wide and tidal and blue. And
it was just
fishing and
lovely day. And then we got some yummy chicken and chips, and then sat there yapping while we were eating our lunch and admiring the beautiful view on a yummy warm day compared to Ballarat, freezing a little hiney off. So I haven't even given a second thought to how the kids are going. What else we do after that?
We put the roast on, the roast.
Oh, yeah, the
and then
roast.
went for a walk.
with the dogs.
First outing.
Yeah, first outing, and they were fairly excited to begin with. But
Especially Pepper.
yeah, she was. Bandit was pretty good, and then until Pepper went into the water and Bandit decided to
Go
as well, and Corrine was holding Pepper, trying to train her, and I was holding Bandit. And even though he's a bigger dog, he's pretty gentle. But he went to go zoom and chase after Pepper, and I'm like hanging on to this lead, and I was just picturing me landing face first in the sand. Oh my! I'm just going, hey, over T.
I can hear this ruckus behind me, and she's like, whoa.
And because he's such a big dog, like he's gentle, but he's a big dog.
So I dropped the lead, so
Once
that it didn't pull her into
Oh my goodness, she goes, here, you hold this and I'll give you a bit of a break. And I'm like, I was just had this mental image. I'm like, I'm amazed. I'm still standing up. So like I was in shock. But yeah, but the dogs, like, that's what they do. But they had a ball. And
They're pretty good. We learned a few tricks. And
learned to like hold, stay, sit. And Bandit was like, look at me, I'm sitting, I'm being really good. And Pepper 2 seconds and then up again. But she come good in the end. And by the time we were walking back home, they were pretty good. Yeah, so.
And watched your and Brad's favourite movie.
Yes, Princess Bride. It was one of those ones when I first watched it, I was like, oh, this... Like, it's Princess Bride, it sounds like a girly movie, but it's sort of one of these really... Seems, like fairy tale-ish, but they're quite sarcastic humour. And I remember when I first watched it, I'm like, what's this? But then you just got to take it for what it is. It's quite funny. Got a bit of a cult following. But, yeah, quite a good movie. Yeah. And Brad's sitting there quoting, word for word, everything. It's shocker. You know what people are like when they've seen a movie 100 times and watching, newbies watching.
It's like having an echo. You hear Brad say a sentence and then the movie says a sentence. It's like
the echo.
There's an echo here.
I forgot to show you the back. This is what I've done on the back. Just look, are you in camera? Oh, can you see? Yeah, that's it. There's it's the rose that really makes it. Here's the beautiful toile, English toile. And then I used up the last bit of Corrine's piece because it was exactly the right size. How good is that? We thought we just needed it on the back because we had it on the front and I wasn't going to have it, but it needed that something. So I've got that. We had this little bit here and there was a small bit of this. So I put that on there. It just goes really well. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm borrowing some of this from Corrine, and it's got this little red in around here. Excuse me. You got to blow my nose. Yep. So then we're just thinking of maybe highlighting some of these roses in that colour to bring it out. Just doing little snippets. Maybe just do the fence. I might just do the door, just little bits.
The ribbon on a hat.
Yeah, she's got ribbon on the hat.
Just hit the stop and pause it if you want to go and have a good sneeze. I don't have tissues in here.
No. I should be all right. Hang a minute. I'll be back. Had a nose blow and a drink. I'm right now. Anyway.
Got yourself together?
Yeah, got myself together. So, yeah, just sort of do colour in maybe one or two and maybe the whole basket of that in there. Just outline a bit. Isn't it gorgeous? It's so beautiful. I love it that's on the back, and I wanted it in between the two bits.
The panels, the panels, yeah.
Yeah, the panel in between the two lines of the back of the shirt. It's good when it's quite a big shirt. You've got a lot of real estate you can play with. So, did all this on the machine, and now I'm going to be doing all hand stitching. So you've seen what I've got on there. So over the course of time, I probably won't get it finished while I'm here at Corrine's, and she won't finish hers either. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to work on this, and I've got where is it? I've had this yo-yo for goodness knows how long. Anybody that's watched my channel for more than 5 minutes knows that I've picked this up and wanting to use it in several projects and never found anything. And I thought I'll put it there, but it's too much pink on pink. But it actually works. I'm like, yo, I finally found a place.
You could even take it down next to the doily so that it's got a white stripy background.
I was thinking.
And nestle it with the doily down on the actual.
On there?
No, drop it down onto the up a bit.
Where? Here?
Yeah, no, just where that was really cool. Just there.
I was going to do
some stitching.
No, well, see, because it's got this straight edge, I need to, like, this has got a flap on there. It's like it's an end bit of a shirt or something. And this is so straight. I wanted to put something to cover that straightness. So I don't mind. I found the perfect place for it. Don't ruin it for me. And I'm going to go into Corrine the bowl.
Here she goes.
Can't do anything about it because I'm filming. You're a witness.
And someone grabbed the bowl of buttons from her.
I just want to get a nice, oh, that's pretty. I'm going to put that on there, but not there. I want something cream.
Some of those are real old.
Yeah, I'll probably grab the really old one.
They're all in a big jar of buttons at the local Howard thrift store.
Yeah, that's what I had. I got one like that. Oh, really pretty. The soft pink. I'm probably going to get some of them. All that. Oh, that's a good one. Let's look. There's a couple. I need just the right. I think that might be it. It's a bit. That's a bit whiter. Probably a bit too washed. I think I might go the wider one. So I'll just pinch that. Thanks, Corrine.
That's all right.
You can't say anything about it because I'm already doing it. Now.
Just stitch them on before I can jump up and grab them.
And that's it. Right. I have to take out the, I've got my cigar box. I think Corrine, when she came over my place, grabbed a few. So we've always pillaging from each other, which is what, good friends do when you're doing this thing. The boys are watching a movie, so if you hear any laughter and whatnot in the background.
I told them to keep it down, and as soon as we've finished filming, they can turn up the volume. But
they had it pretty loud yesterday. Like when I went to bed, I'm like, geez, it's loud. And because it was a warmish night, I left the door open. I thought maybe I should have shut it. Now, I might grab, where's that magazine?
What magazine?
This one. Put it underneath so that when I'm pinning, I don't pin the layers. This is a good trick that Tracy Myers does. Put something underneath it so when you're pinning these things down, you're not pinning it because I have done that already and I already knew about this trick. So we're going to stitch that down. I've already stitched this one down. That's good. So I wanted to make the other side a little bit more plainer and then do something a little bit more fancy here. So I like the way that the buttons are on here already because it was a part of a shirt. So we're grabbing those. And I will pin this down. Yeah, I'm glad it's finally found a home. Because it was one I really liked. I think it might have been, whether I got it from, could have got it from Deborah.
It looks like a Deborah colour scheme.
Yeah, might have. So I got a few, because I said, have you got any just plain yo-yos? And yeah, I think it might have been a Deborah one because it looks more like a Deborah colour. I got some from Melanie from Reclaimed Textiles, but yeah, this one I think is from Deborah, which suits the English one. I was going to grab this, my super straight needle. Look at that, nearly as bad as Reginald. This is my Reg. May not be enough to go around. I might take it off and get a longer one. and then stitch this round. So nothing too exciting, but I thought I'd better film.
Yeah, we've had our roast dinner and we thought we'll come in and stitch.
Do a little bit of filming.
Do your video.
We had a great time over dinner chatting about different stories and
How we all met.
And
Partners.
Yes, partners. Yeah, how
The first date and all that fun stuff.
And finding out about Feisty Suze.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. Susan did a burnout up the street because a little kid bent a finger back and she stormed out. I was in stitches, absolute stitches. It's just not what you imagine Susanna doing.
I was feisty when I was young. This is when I was just I think me and my husband were engaged. So.
And you were visiting his sister.
No, it was Mother's Day, and I'd been at my mum's place. I went to my mother-in-law's house.
To be.
Yeah, to be. And his sister was there.
With the kids.
Yeah. And the oldest one was like a right little turd.
Brat.
He was he was a real pain. And he was just mucking around, like boys do, kicking his feet and being really annoying. And he kicked my thumb and it just sort of went right back and it really hurt. And I'm like, geez, that really hurt. And I'm like sitting there arguing with Brad's sister, saying, and she's like, oh, yeah, whatever, and I hate injustice and I just got really mad, this poor Brad's mum on Mother's Day. And I'm just like, got into this fight with Brad's sister. And I'm like, storm out of the house and I'm like, come on, Brad, we're going. And he's like busy doing something. He's putting in a radio in his dad's car and they're going, what the heck? What's that all about? And so he goes, I can't leave in the middle. I'm like, well, I'm going. So I get into the HQ holder, big massive car. Three.
How old were you?
19.
19.
I hadn't had my licence for that long. And I just do a scream and burn out on the driveway going, stuff you, I'm going back to me mother. And his dad's like, wow, there you go. And Brad goes, I was secretly impressed with her burnout. And they're probably thinking, gee, what's this girl Brad's marrying? But I mean, I'm pretty quiet until provoked. I said I don't start fights, but I finish them. So there you go. And I thought,
we laughed.
I thought Brad's mum was going to be, I felt sorry for Brad's mum because it was Mother's Day and I felt really bad and I thought she's going to be really angry at me. But she actually come in and said, let Susan know, I can understand, and Karen was in the wrong and all that kind of stuff. But I apologised to her. But I, come in a bit coy.
And there were like tyre track marks up the grassy footpath as Susan had done a burnout.
Oh, that's it.
Back to her mother's place.
Yes. So yeah, telling of my feisty early days. Well, it's because I am the youngest of 12, and my sisters were married when I was 4. My sister's the oldest, then a brother, and then a sister, all boys, and me on the end. So I had to learn to defend myself. And so I was pretty feisty. But at the same token, Mum, realised that and made me wear dresses and, try and get me to act like a lady. So I remember, it was in the 80s.
I've got a headache from laughing so much. I sat down, I'm like, why is my head hurting? It's because we've been laughing the last hour over dinner.
That's it.
Telling our silly little stories.
And Gaz telling his UB burnout stories, and it's classic. So yeah, what was I saying? I remember when in grade 6, Mum used to, you're my only girl, you need to wear dresses. And I'm the only girl in my grade 6 photo that's wearing a bloomin' dress. Not only was that, it was my mum. She was tried to be crafty, but she wasn't that great. So she had this handmade dress, which wasn't bad, but she'd done all this embroidery on the top, on the bib, and it was so embarrassing. So, yes. So I'm like, look at my photo. I'm the only one wearing a dress. Seriously. Oh, you're a girl, and back in the days, you're a girl, and you need to wear dresses. They don't matter. It's like 0 flipping degrees, and I'm freezing me butt off. Jeans are so much better. Yeah. Oh, it's funny, the things you remember. Oh, well, it wasn't a dull moment in our house growing up with that many children.
So how many children again?
Youngest of 12,
Yeah.
but 11 are alive.
Yeah.
So never a
So there
dull
were
moment.
like 8 brothers, then you.
Yeah.
And your 2 older sisters had left the house because they'd got married.
Yeah. I remember them, don't remember them living at home. I do remember them being married, you know, like because it's a big event.
Yeah.
And I was in my older sister's wedding. I was cute as a button in the bright yellow dress with, you know, little fringing in the front. Was very cute. And my older sister's husband had a young sister that was the same age as me, so we were the little flower girls.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were very cute. So I've known her all my life. So yes, plenty of stories to tell about the mischief you get up to. And we, you know, kids in the 70s and 80s compared to now, you know, we you know, none of this social media stuff. We had to get up to all sorts of mischief. Used to ride our bikes everywhere, you know, like the BMX Bandit. And
Oh, that's Australian. BMX
is
Bandits.
it the show? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That
BMX. I don't know if it's in the States and
don't know.
it's a bicycle that's a brand.
Yep. And because there's so many, you know, back then every kid, we lived in, you know, the like it was sort of like suburbia at like Werribee's now really big, Hoppers Crossing, but it was sort of the outer skirts of, you know, it's almost like a country town. Remember there was still, you know, cows in the paddocks and all that. So suburbia, and every kid in the street knew each other. And, you know, you were on school holidays or the weekends, you're out from dusk to dawn. You go out first thing in the morning and mum doesn't see you until...
When the street lights
Yep.
come home.
Street lights come home.
Yep, street lights on, time to go
All
home.
the kids come in, and all the kids, they all played. You know, you knew exactly, you know. Tina lives on that street, Danielle lives that street, you know, Alex there, blah, blah, blah. Like all these kids, we all played, and it was great. Whereas when my kids were little, and I was really shocked, we moved over back to Werribee, and it was school holidays, and all these new places are all built up, and not a kid in the street. And not a single child in the street. I could not believe it. I'm like, where are they? But they're all inside on their computers playing. Sad. They're missing out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they still had, I'm sure, because my brothers were all nerds, I'm sure if all this stuff was out, they would have been really into it. And same, you know, with my husband as well.
It was just starting to come out.
Yeah, yeah.
Brad and Gaz are talking about their first computers, and it was the very early,
And having to do programming and, you know, to play a game, and
very early.
and when,
stages.
you know, the was it Space Invaders come out.
Creating code and making games themselves.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. So, I loved it. It was great growing up in the 70s and 80s. Found a home. Woohoo!
What was that?
It's found a home.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking what she's singing.
Woohoo! So, there you go. Yeah, she's gone crazy. I think I've being fed and I'm all hyper.
We knocked over a packet of Tim Tams last night.
Yep.
We were stitching.
I'm like, flipping heck, they're nearly gone.
We eaten a packet of biscuits.
Okay, so now I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to get me button, but I'm going to have to get a lighter. Or maybe use this. I think there might be a bit of thread of this somewhere. Is it that one? Oh, sorry, I got my noggin in there. It's like I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
I haven't even had a drink.
Oh no, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
When they went to Bundaberg, where they bought some. Oh, it was yum.
Bundaberg rum, rumble flavoured.
And
And
that
another one was
Lamington. Oh, that was good. It was like having a pina colada. And I thought if you just crushed up some, because you put rum in a, is that your pina colada?
White rum.
Yeah, so if you,
Malibu, I think so.
because it's Lamington, it's got the coconut flavour happening. I don't think, yeah, it is that one. So,
it smelt terrible.
oh, but it tastes nicer than it smelled. It was beautiful. So,
yeah, they all had a little bit on ice late last night. So.
No, we put Pepsi Max with it.
Oh, that's right, we did.
I think on ice it's a bit too strong. So you don't put a lot in there. But I thought, oh, that would be really yummy with some pineapple juice and some coconut milk. Don't drink. That's it. That's all I have, just the one. I drink because I like the flavour of stuff, not because I want to, go and get drunk. I've never been drunk.
Haven't you?
Never. Good. I'm being a bit happy. A bit happy and probably had it, maybe because I can't. I think it's too full. I might have had, 4 or 5 drinks, and because I don't drink beer, I drink, more of the top shelf stuff. It's stronger. As long as you stick to the one alcohol and don't mix, it's not as bad. But this is when I was younger. Yeah. Got a little bit happy when I went out with the girls. So, but still remember the night, didn't. I just thought, I used to suffer from really bad migraines.
They binge drink now.
Yeah.
They're blotto and can't walk, and they're out in public.
It
just feels very unsafe to me. I'm more of a have a couple glasses of wine on the couch and then crawl into bed for a good night's sleep. And even that only happens twice a year. Yeah, if that. Drink
it because you enjoy the flavour and that, you're enjoying the actual, not just to get blotto. But
I was always the driver whenever we were out and about on the nightclub scene or anything. Because Gaz and I were the only ones that were a couple, and all his mates were still looking for their future wives.
They were the same, because Corrine and I were actually the same age when we got married. She was 19 and I was 19.
Yeah, I was the get them all home safe and make sure some crazy lady didn't take them away, and I'm like, no, come on, in the car, because she's a bit of a crazy girl. So that was my job, so I didn't drink.
Do you reckon I ought to do a couple of little things around this?
Yeah,
with
definitely.
This pink colour? I reckon I'm gonna. Oh, I reckon I'm gonna.
That's great English. I reckon I'm gonna. Good on you.
It's hanging around these Queenslanders that's doing it to me.
Rubbish.
No, it's not. No, so.
It's those Southerners you're bringing up that poor English.
That's it.
The Mexicans coming in here.
Is that what they call you?
Well, more New South Wales.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know that they've got a word for, the...
I don't know what we call Victorians. Just Victorians. Here come the Victorians. They come up here when it's cold.
Yeah, well, that's sort of the guy in the, when we're out in the park, and I said, I'm from Victoria, just visiting, sightseeing. Victorians, and he's like going like this at me.
What's the guy in the park?
Yeah, that was, admiring the car and,
chatting to us.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's not very nice.
I told you.
I said, it's the only time I come out here is when it's
which is what the Victorians do.
Yeah. I can't handle the summer in Queensland. Oh, it's shocking. I'm going to go.
Like, we're all states of the one country, but it's like we talk.
It's like another planet.
Yeah, like literally Mexico or Chile or Argentina, but it's not. We're all, Australia's one country, but we treat each other like we're foreigners. Yeah,
they are. The Queenslanders, all depends where they are, especially country Queensland. They're more chilled. Yeah. Because the weather is really good, so it's like when you get the winter blues, I don't know, people that live in cold places like Canada, you probably get that. And where we are, we experience all 4 seasons in Victoria, some in one day.
I know, I had a cousin that did 3 years as an electrician at the South Pole. And he was telling me once over a barbecue that it's a real problem that they don't get to see the sun, and mental health is a huge issue.
And vitamin D deficiency.
And they start to get a little bit loopy, and he said he was lucky to get the 3rd season there, because they usually don't approve that, because you really need to be back in the sun, and it's not, you know.
Yeah.
So, but he said you definitely start to feel the blues
Oh, yeah.
down in Antarctica. I thought that was quite interesting.
Oh, when you get a cold, you know, Ballarat's known for the cold. I mean, we are higher up. So when we even get, you know, snow every now and again, but nothing like Canada and, you know, the colder parts of the world. But, yeah, you do. So, you know, the people in Queensland are a bit more happier. Cheery.
We have a happier disposition.
Yeah, that's it. So
to the annoying side of things.
That's it. You're so flippin' happy.
Now you're annoying us.
That's it. No, actually, I might do.
That's funny.
Oh,
So tomorrow we're off to Harvey Bay.
Yep.
We decided we're going to film the shops, as long as they allow us. We'll have to get permission, of course, but it'd be lovely to take you on a bit of a tour of
Is that the quilt shops?
the quilt shops.
Yeah.
And we're going to try and go to a couple thrift stores. There's two in particular that are pretty good.
Brad's coming along for that. He's such a girl when it comes to shopping.
Gaz is already pulling out. He's
Is
like,
he?
oh, I don't want to wait for fabric shoppers and thrift stores. He said, I'll stay home and water the lawn. It looks dry. And I said, all right. So he's bailed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, should be fun.
Well, we'll tell Brad what we're doing to see whether he actually wants to go and do the waiting around.
He might want to read his book tomorrow. We'll only be gone half the day. We'll probably head out about 10 a.m.
Well, he can probably read his book while we're in the quilt shops and then come around when we're in.
Yeah.
He'll just take his book with him.
Yeah.
He's pretty relaxed. He's always been around, gotten along really well with girls most of his life, so used to me dragging him around. Now, is this the same one? This is it. Oh, it's looking good, Corrine. Looking
We
good.
must not forget to actually turn the camera off, because like 5 hours will go by and everyone's just...
I'm thinking, I'm like, have I returned it on? We're so busy yabbering. Oh, yeah, I did, because I was a bit worried. After I went and blowed my nose, I forgot to turn it on.
We'd be like, oh well, we're still filming and we've been talking for 4 hours, you know. Everyone out there in the world will be like going to sleep and thinking, oh God, no, they're still going.
Yeah, this is it. This is what it's like. This is honestly what we are like when we are talking on FaceTime when we do it. Sit there yabbering about everything.
Our record was 5 hours, and that was 48 hours before she arrived in Queensland. We spoke for 5 hours.
Well, it's because I think we needed to do filming. Well, we were doing homework.
Yeah, and then we're like, right, I'm ready to film. Yep, me too. So then we say goodbye, film a video or two, and then we're like, what you doing? Are you stitching? Yep, I'm stitching. Righto, we're back.
And that was actually a full solid 5 hours.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't do the stop. We often will do stop and start, but I looked at it was a solid, as in a solid one, but we didn't turn off the camera. But I went and cooked, got my dinner ready, and I said, I'll be back, got to go to the loo.
You peeled the vegetables, and I was still
and I'm like, cooking with Suze. I thought that'd be a good name for a show, Cooking with Corrine, because that's, C. So,
yes,
you probably can't see the colour too well because it's very similar, but I want it to be a bit subtle. So you're still seeing it, but not seeing it, if you know what I mean.
Is anyone else out there revisiting the wearable prop from the Roxy sisters like we are? Hopefully
we've inspired you.
Hey Fudge, here comes the fudge.
So you can come along when you come to our retreat. You can wear your piece. Here's Fudgy. Hello, Fudge. Oh, he's used to Mum sitting here. What's this strange lady? Yeah, did you hear that? Oh, he's a funny boy. He's a classic. Puss, puss. Oh. That's what Brad goes, he sounds like he's in pain. It's the Burmese in him.
Yeah, he's a yapper.
It's like he's looking at himself in the mirror there. Hello, puss. Hello. He's letting me touch him this time around. When I was here last time, he was a bit wary. He's chilled out in his old age.
Was still with us, wasn't he?
No, he only not long passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, because
okay.
it was in August, late August, September.
Yeah.
And he'd passed away not long after he'd come back from Paris.
Right.
Remember? Was it? Yeah. Because he was, the whole being in the drain saga.
Yeah.
And that was his way of saying, I want to go off and pass.
Well, leave me alone.
I'm going to go and pass away in peace.
But we dragged him out, and then a couple of weeks later he went back down the drain.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't get him out. He refused to come to us, and that was the end of...
Yep.
We finally got him out, but yeah, he was shutting down.
Yeah, that's what cats do, that.
Yeah, they hide from predators. I find a quiet place sometimes, and I remember my dad saying that about farm cats, that often cats will just disappear and one day you might find their body and they've just gone somewhere quiet. So.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, Fudgy, meow, meow, meow. He's all right. He's still kicking.
Okay, what have we got?
Well,
once I've finished this, then I better stop it. So I'll come back. I'm just doing stitching and yapping, whereas if I was at home by myself, I'd probably, stitch a little bit of it, do something else. If you've got any suggestions, what I could probably do here, I don't know. I really love it, and I don't want to take away from it. So I was thinking maybe something there, like feather stitch. What's the matter, Puss? He's like, give me some pattern. He's so cute. So I like that this is like that. I'm going to do, got one little bit here, I'll show you. I thought it looked really cute. It wasn't quite long enough here, so that's where that went all the way up to the top. But then it was finished here, but I wanted to put that bit in there. It didn't quite fit, so I did that, which is the same as the cuffs. So I might just do a couple of, like I've done here, what's that, running stitch? That'll look nice there. And I'm going to do running stitch. What do you reckon, Corrine?
What?
In that?
Yeah.
Or in the light?
You can see it. No, be
I reckon
bold.
because it's got that dark in there. So I'm probably going to
Be bold.
do a running stitch in that. So that might be something that I do as homework. Because, you see me do running stitch. So I'll just show you my progress as I go along. When I do thread painting, I'll probably do it on camera. So, yeah, going to be a bit of work in progress, but we're putting our slow stitch bin on it so that, we've got something unique to us and to our world. And the girls that come to the retreat, you can betcha that I'll be wearing this, and probably any others that I make between here and March. And Corrine will probably, Corrine,
She's being chicken.
she will be wearing that.
My pink.
Yeah, she'll be wearing a pink one. So her pink one, because that should be coming over when cooler months, hopefully. I'm not hinting anything.
No, I need to make a video, guys, because I have booked 2 venues for a retreat at each. I'll give details at the beginning of July, and I need to make the video, and I'm still like,
and she's chickening out. I'm making her do it because I've got control.
So 2 retreats coming in October, which I've sort of hinted at already, but I just need to do the video because the first week of July is coming up fast.
Yes, and you need to book in. So
everything's organised. I've ordered everything for your kits. I've ordered the food, the venue, and I'm just need to make the video. But I'm like, oh, that means I've really committed. Then I need to book a flight.
Yep.
Because one will be in Queensland, and one will be in Ballarat.
So for the Victorians and the Adelaide and people, you know, maybe with some of the New South Wales, they can come to the Ballarat one, and plus, of course, I'm there, you know.
And the other one will be in Ipswich. There you go, I've said it. It's getting more real now.
That's it. Hopefully they can hear you.
Yeah, I'll make a video with all the details, and the website will be ready. And if anyone wants to join me, well, you know, I'll be sitting there with the geckos if no one comes along.
Oh, they will come along. Everyone loves Corrine. I said, I'll be there. And we've been working on some samples, so you'll get to see them when she does her video.
Yeah, and my panels will be also available at the same time for anyone who can't make it. They can at least purchase the panels, and then you're gonna do something on your channel, aren't you? Yeah. So you'll have a Christmas project potentially, but
look at that.
One needs to get a wriggle on.
Yeah. Oh. Well, I think I've yapped enough, and I might stitch that, you know, off camera. So I've got 32 minutes already, plus the other lot before then. So that's a pretty long video. See, I'm with Corrine. She just taken over.
Keep talking.
So I better chuff off. I quite like that. Look at that. Looks gorgeous. So I'm just really pleased it's found a home. And it's like I was talking to Corrine, and I found like this doesn't really go, but then, you know, because of the red, because of, you know, the log cabins, you put a red in the middle. And you just wouldn't think that this would go, but because of the red, it just blends in, and it's amazing how it all works. So just try it when you're putting things down. Like what Corrine does. And you just never know. Add your little bits. It's a good way to put some of your you know, treasure pieces, which is this for me. Okay, well, enough yabbering. I'll say goodbye, and I'll have this up probably Monday. Yeah. Something like that. So say goodbye, Corrine.
Goodbye.
See ya. Thanks for watching.